Whoa! Mirra Andreeva is fuming, ladies and gentlemen. She just smashed the ball into the stands, and these fans are booing Mirra. As always, my coverage is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing, and the Digital Millennium Act. The Chair Umpire took control of the situation promptly, and she issued a penalty. That's right. Well, just a warning. But she took control of the situation, and Mirra is out of control. And look, Coach Martinez looking on. She can do nothing. And listen, I'm not going to get upset at Mirra for showing her frustration. In fact, I don't condone it, but I appreciate it. As a young teen, 18 years old, she's got to let that frustration out. And if you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, she took the ball and smashed it into the stands. And these French fans are booing her loud. This is bad. But again, the chair umpire stepped in and issued a warning right away. She said, we are not having that. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, we can go back a couple years ago, SW19 French Open, when Mirra was just on a roll smashing her racket. And the big story was at SW19 when she got a penalty for smashing her racket, she complained to the chair umpire that it slipped out of her hand on accident. No, it did not. She smashed her racket because leading up to that penalty, she was smashing her racket on the ground every match. And I joke that, listen, she's only 16. This is a learned behavior. She learned it from big sister Erica. I'm joking, but Erica, look, she loses her cool too. And listen, I don't condone it, but I appreciate it. These fans can really, especially when you're playing in hostile territory, they can frustrate you. And right now, this match is frustrating, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to the first set tiebreak where Lois had several opportunities to close that set. Mirra had a couple, and she could not do it. She's frustrated. The tension is building. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, I don't condone it, but I appreciate it. She's got to let that anger out, and it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Mirra hit a ball which looked to me to be in. However, Lois challenges it. Mirra runs up to the chair umpire and said, the ball was in. What are you doing? She said, no, it was not. The line must have been removed. And Mirra said, well, if it was removed, then it should be my point. I think the chair umpire tripped on her words a little bit, and Mirra was actually right. Look, it should be my point then. And she said, no, maybe by accident. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Mirra wins this match if she can get a grip on her composure, control her feelings, and not let this crowd intimidate her. But wait, it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. And just look at that. We're talking millimeters. It gets worse as Lois just broke Mirra. All she's got to do is hold on, and the tennis gods are going to answer her dreams, and she'll have a showdown with Coco Gauff in the semifinal. Whoa, that might be a tough match for Coco, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, the upset alert nearly complete. An 8-9-1 underdog. Lois on the move. Coco Gauff awaits. This is getting suspenseful, folks.